Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, September 9th. Grab your coffee, and it's time to get going. So, had a great weekend. What's going on in your world? Um, what's on your agenda for today? So, from my perspective, we are looking at tax the rest of the week, get to that deadline, which is Monday, and my goal is to be completely done Friday about this time. That way I can go in a staff meeting, we could talk about what we got to finish, move on to those personal and individual returns in October. Well, end of September and into October. So, from my perspective, where we are right now, we are looking at pretty good Monday. Had a great weekend. We had a lot of racing, a lot of football. The season's open, and back to fantasy football. I was pretty quiet in my league, but not thinking I was going to have a great week. Looking at the projections, kind of kept my mouth shut. But had to have one player on the bench. I left about 24 points on the bench, and I'm down by 50. So with two players to go, I could have maybe made a run at it, but I doubt it. So again, gonna not talk too much smack this week, but we'll see where we go next week. Let's talk football real quick. So, how many of you out there are football fans? Oh, come on, just go ahead and post in there. Yay, nay, and just let us know what you think on that. Are you in a fantasy football league? Should we talk about that on Mondays? Just what are your thoughts? And so I'm already looking at I'm 0-1, and I went up against a team that drafted first. They did a really good job drafting, and I can't say any more than that. But looking at the action on the field, few surprises, few non-surprises. The Bucks under Bruce Arians, not expecting them to go anywhere. Kind of expected that loss there. And, it was interesting, while they were, they've been playing better through the years, they've kind of released their blackout here locally. We would see the Bucks over everybody else. Well, it was nice to be able to watch the Giants and the Cowboys, even though the Bucks were at home, and it was a good game. It was, as I expected, the Cowboys to beat the Giants, but on any given Sunday, you never know what's going to happen. But is this the year that Eli moves out? Interesting tidbit there. When he was drafted, a couple days later, my wife and I were in New York, and we were on the Letterman. We were at the Letterman show when Eli was there and introduced to New York, and that was an interesting show. He was really, really quiet, which I don't think he really changed much. But yeah, it was 16 years ago. It's hard to believe that he's been playing that long, and yeah, it was a great show, by the way. It was very entertaining. Yeah, I know Jason was very happy. But yeah, I actually had Amari Cooper, and I was very happy with the Dallas effort there too. But looking at the Pats and the Steelers, who would have thought the Steelers would put up 3 points? And maybe you are expecting that, because maybe it's time for Big Ben to hang it up. That's what I'm thinking. But the Patriot machine, they lost Gronk. What's going to happen? Came right back out there. Statement win right there. And we shall see. So, going into tonight, I'm down to about 50 points. We'll see where that goes. And it'll be interesting. So, we might touch on fantasy as we go through the week. I doubt it, but maybe on Fridays and Mondays a little bit. But that's about it. So, turning to NASCAR. Big race in Indianapolis, and I have never truly been a Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson fan. I'm more of a Jeff Gordon fan post-retirement, but I really started following Hendrick Motorsports after Dale Jr. went there and started driving the 88 car. I've always been an Earnhardt fan all my life, but I really felt for Jimmy. I really thought he was going to pull out a victory this weekend, and actually make it into the playoffs. For those of you that have no clue what's going on, Jimmy Johnson's a 7-time champion, and he missed the playoffs for the first time since it was started, I think, 15 years ago. So, big deal, but I really thought he was going to pull it out. It was a great race, a lot of wrecks on the track, but it was fun. So, that was sports. We're all caught up there. So, what's going on elsewise? So, looking around the business world, every eye is on tax right now. We want to get that done, move past it, and get into other things. So, not much in the email box this morning. I did see one thing about Florida schools. Thank you, Audra. The governor's signing a financial literacy requirement, or at least allowing for financial literacy courses as an elective. So I think that's really, really important because kids are coming out of school not knowing what a checkbook is, how to write a check, how to balance a checkbook. Basic financial needs need to be met through this. So I applaud our governor for that. That's great. Hopefully other states have that, and if they don't, they're moving towards that. And with that, I think we are nearing the end of the day. Tomorrow, we will have our first guest on, and that is Heather Smith, coming to us from Australia. And she was at Xerocon in Brisbane last week, and she's going to give us an update and her takeaways. For those of you that don't know Heather, we'll have a complete bio on her tomorrow, but she is like that global Xero ambassador. She is like everywhere, and she wrote the Xero for Dummies book, and she is a great resource. I cannot tell you how many times I've said, hey, Heather, what do you think of this? And she's like, oh, you need to talk to this person, and that person. So really looking forward to talking to Heather tomorrow, and we will see you then. With that, grab your coffee. It's going to be a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.